Hi there, my name is Maggie, and today I'm really happy to welcome you back to the online open lecture. And today we're going to talk about data sources and data types in MarTech. So, as you know, I've been in the field of marketing for more than 12 years in academic marketing and also in corporate practical marketing. And I love to share with you what I know so far to help you to learn something new, to refresh what you already know, and also to learn about your thoughts and comments and questions you may have related to the topic that I love. And let's proceed now further towards the actual topic at hand. What is the definition of data? We hear about data like everywhere, right? As a marketers, we have to have it to make any sort of decision making. Macro or micro ways, we still make these decisions which influence everything in the company and how profitable it's going to be and how it's going to be perceived by the customers as a brand. And that's why it's really important to know what kind of data we use, what kind of data we have, and how we can use it for our benefits and how to do it carefully, ethically, and comply with the regulations which refer to data and how possible it is to actually do that. But let's begin first with the definition. What do we mean when we talk about data? This information, especially facts or numbers, collected to be examined and considered and used to help decision-making or information in an electronic form that can be stored and used by computer. So this is a very general definition provided by the Cambridge Advanced Learners Dictionary, and it can be accessible also in online. All the sources are available in the description of this video. But what about then MarTech, right? We have data in the beginning of our lecture and title of our lecture, and MarTech. Let's have a little refresher of MarTech. And it applies to major initiatives, efforts, and tools that harness technology to achieve marketing goals and objectives. So then, what is the actual benefits and drawbacks? What are the actual benefits and drawbacks that we can gather with linking data and MarTech? MarTech cannot really exist without data because it's the fuel for MarTech, but it is not that unidimensional as it could be, right? Obviously. So with the emergence of the available customer data, marketers became also able to enhance customer-centric marketing strategies. Here on this short little table, you can see the benefits of the data use and its drawbacks. So when I talk about benefits from the MarTech perspective, from the marketing perspective, we can say that especially following the era of the customer-centric marketing, individualistic marketing, one-to-one marketing, whatever you want to use, this term certainly refer to the fact that we want to treat the company, the customers individually, and also as customers. We want to understand what is marketing, what data is used, and how to be, well aware of what is going on in all that reality. So the benefits are that customers can receive personalized recommendations that are created to speed their decision making. Website adaptation based on prior activity. Individualized selection based on our preferences and forecasted preferences as well, ours meaning customers. And also many other ways which make the communication personal, including chatbots, including personal deliveries, including the reminders on what is out of stock at your home and what you can order. And when we talk about drawbacks, these are very fully fundamental and founded in the data accumulation and its utilization, including ethical aspects, privacy concerns, data resales from the third parties to the third parties, misleading corrupted databases which make the decision-making fragmented and sometimes unrealistic, unregulated disrupted legislation, which can be different on the markets and do not really represent what's actually going on. Today, however, we are going to talk about data, which is, as I mentioned earlier, is the fuel for the MarTech development and operations. And I would like to have my favorite, one of my most favorite papers, academic papers, which is titled Marketing Analytics for Data-Rich Environment. Unfortunately, this paper is not available fully in open access, but there is a very nice way to actually take a look at its graphs and something interesting in that. Everything is interesting in that, but nevertheless, I provide the link to the online website of American Marketing Association, and they have slides which contain major visualizations referring to the information which is published there. Indeed, this paper was published in 2016 by academic measurements and how rapidly, and based on how rapidly the world is changing, including marketing. Someone may consider it outdated, but in reality, it is a very nice fundamental way to treat your data properly and know what it refers to, where it comes from, where it's going. And this nice visualization, which I absolutely love in this paper, refers to the types of data in marketing and how it is used for some for a certain kind of analysis and tools, right? And we have on here on upper side here we have unstructured data. Then lower we have structured. We also have data which is external, so something that we get through our secondary data sources. Also, if you're interested in the differences between secondary and primary data sources, you can check out other videos of my channel. But yes, but nevertheless, external data, which is collected outside the operations of the company, including marketing operations, and structured data, which is and internal data, which is available after any operation, any activity has been conducted within the company, and some numerical values are received out of these activities. As you can see on this arrow, which goes up there, you can see the depth of breadth of how it's possible to make this diagnosis based on the available data. And as you can see here, we have advertising analytics, CRM analytics, customer relationship management analytics, retail analytics, A/B testing, personalization, marketing mix, which is closer to what company does internally, and also trend analytics, competitive intelligence, sentiment analytics. This is something that exists in the market, and the company wants to gather this information outside. This is the very big numbers, like qualitative data as well. Something which is going on outside the scope of the company. And the company, as it doesn't exist, in some kind of its own bubble, it has to relate to what's going on there in the market. So as you can see, these also are on this slide the ways the data is used in marketing in MarTech. And you can just pause this video after it's in recording and take a look at the details which are going on out there. But definitions. I am a great fan of definitions because all of us are from different backgrounds with different first native language, and sometimes something can be more or less understandable, but in reality, we always need to stop ourselves and clarify what do we actually mean. And structured data is the data that has a standardized format for efficient access by software and humans alike. It is typical tabular with rows and columns that clearly define data attributes. So the examples are Excel files, SQL databases, point of sale data, web form results, search engine optimization tags, product directories, inventory control, reservation system. Obviously, it lies outside only the scope of marketing, obviously, but nevertheless, this is something that is in the form of table. There's something that has clear labels. It's something can be accessible, doesn't necessarily numerical, but nevertheless, this is something that has a clear structure, so the computer or any other mechanism recognizes immediately. Nevertheless, we have unstructured data. This is the pool of data. So if we see structured data as the stripped and straightforward thing. When we talk about unstructured data, it's like a pool, it's like a lake of data, which just floats around with no understanding of how we can actually retrieve something without we prepared, without we have any kind of ammunition which helps us to, take as a fish out of this lake some numerical information or some bullet information which we can use for us to make our decisions and to try to utilize in the best possible way. But let's take a look at the definition. So unstructured data, typically categorized as qualitative data, cannot be processed and analyzed through conventional data tools and methods. Since unstructured data doesn't have a predefined data model, it is best managed in non-relational, NoSQL databases. Examples are sensors, text files, media, like audio and video files, email messages, word processed documents, PDF files. So something that just exists there, it can be used, it can be processed. However, it's not as easy as with structured data. So these are two major definitions which help us to thoroughly understand what is our first step in understanding the data, understanding what kind of data we are dealing with and how to work with it. Because sometimes it can be that we are limited to the connotation that no, all the structured data can be used only what we have in rows and columns. That's not true. Information can be gathered everywhere, and that's why unstructured data is a very interesting source for any marketer for the decision making. So these are the important parts for an important connotation for us to take into consideration when we have work with data. So as you can see, once again, I'm bringing back this visualization is and unstructured and external data. For example, if we take trend analysis, analytics, we have, let's say, several records. They might be in the tabular form, but nevertheless, it's our job to put them in a way we can process them because they come from different sources. They come from different, well, for example, respondents or something like that. And we need to unify all of that in order for us to make the, rounded and clear decisions. When we talk about sentiment analysis, these are based on the conversations. So how can you address the textual data? Is it through the natural language processing? Could be. So this is something that we come across through the proper tools which are beneficial and relevant for the particular type of data. And what about advertising analytics? This is something very clear, very internal, and very tabular. So, for example, if you use the meta platforms and if you run the targeted ads there, the results are just structured in dates, number of impressions, cost per clicks. All of that is in the tables. All of that are in the tables, and it's clear. When we're talking about retail analytics, also, hey, so you have sales, profits. You can have the cohort analysis. All of that comes from the tabular form, and it's yours. And you know where the data comes from and how you can actually link it with each other. So that's why the further we go to unstructured data, the more we need to process the data, be very careful with that, with them. So these are the sources. And with that, I would like to finish this first online open lecture on the data related aspects in MarTech, because it's the first fundamental point. And I really hope it was useful for you, because this is something that MarTech cannot exist without. And softwares and platforms are important, but how they operate, it's really important to know that as well. And MarTech is about unifying different software, leading to the important MarTech goal. Hence, how the data, the fuel, is collected and utilized. This is the core way of understanding and using MarTech in a proper way. With that, thank you very much. I really hope it was useful for you. Once again, I invite you to the following open lectures. Currently, they are online, but maybe some offline that dates will be uh, added. And you can also have more interactivity. Then MarTalks are the open speaking clubs or discussion clubs where we improve our English for marketing. And if your English is B2 plus, you're more than welcome to join this open free on the Zoom platform. And the marketing guide is the guide that I've created myself based on 12 years of experience, which helps everyone, the beginners or those who would like to improve their marketing career or switch to the other career path within marketing, to see what's going on there, where to, how to learn, what are the key concepts you need to know. And you can also reach this guide via this QR code, and also I leave the links in the description. So with that, thank you very much. I hope it was useful for you. Okay, and if you have any comments or thoughts, please share them with me. I love these discussions. I love this topic, and I would love to hear from you. So thank you very much. Until the next open lecture or any other video which I'm going to post here. So thanks. Dank this.